Hi guys, this video isn't about cameras, it's about rebuilding an old tube tester. I'll get to cameras very soon, I promise. This neon tube was broken, so I had to special order one. This wax capacitor was way out of tolerance. It was reading about half the value it should have had, so I replaced it with a new one. Here's what a wax capacitor looks like if you take it apart. So here we have my Eco tube tester, model 625. I took it apart and replaced the old wax capacitor with a new capacitor, and I changed 3 or 4 resistors that were out of tolerance. Otherwise the components seemed to be okay. Then when I put it all back together, of course it didn't work. And it took me quite a while to figure out why. There were several broken wires. They got brittle after age, I guess. And the last thing that took me a long time to figure out, there was one missing wire. And when I finally got that done, things started working. So here's how you use it. You leave the power off until you set all of these switches. And the chart will tell you which switches go up and which switches go down and which switches stay in the middle. You set a shunt voltage with the shunt control. You set the filament voltage over here, and you put a selector switch in a particular position. In this case, we have a 6 BQ5 tube, and this is the setting for it right now, with a 6.3 volt filament and the switch is in position as shown. When you power it on, you can do a line adjust. That's this knob right here. And at this point in time, the tube has filament voltage. It should be getting hot slowly. And once it heats up, it should start to conduct. After you adjust the line voltage, then return the switch to the proper setting, in this case 3 for the selector. Press the merit switch and it should tell you whether the tube is weak or good. In this case, it's indicating a slightly weak tube. Now this is very critical to the setting of the shunt setting. If I press that merit switch and fiddle with the shunt setting, you can see I can easily get it up into the good region, but that would be cheating. Other tests this can perform are short tests. This gets a little tricky because you have to read the chart and know which switches to throw. In the case of this 6VQ5, switches 1 and 2 you would move together from their top position to their bottom position and back again, observing that the short light does not light. The same with switches 6 and 9 together. Again, observing that the short light does not light. And switches 7 and 8. And the short light did not light. Lastly, 3 and 4, the two switches on the bottom, you only move switch 3. And again, the short light did not light. You notice it flashed when you go through the middle, but that's okay. Moving any of the other switches in the wrong way does not hurt anything. But for instance, if I do switch 4, you'll see the short light lighting. That's because pin 3 and pin 4 of this particular tube are the very same pin. So putting them in opposite directions with the filament voltage here and the grid voltage there, or the plate voltage there, will naturally cause a short. If you click the subscribe button, you never know what you might see. Just saying.